This is the world's first DePin wearable fitness band. This screenless device sits on your wrist, and by connecting to an app, it monitors your health and gives you insights to improve it. It's got wireless charging, a bunch of changeable straps, and most importantly, it earns you a passive income in crypto simply by using it. Its competitor Web2 company sells these devices on subscription for $30 a year and keeps all the money that it makes from selling your data without giving you a penny, and that company is worth billions of dollars. But this Web3 device has a one-off cost of $180 and you'll make money passively from it. The company has over $1.8 million in funding and it's backed by the founder of Solana. And make sure you stay till the end of the video, as I've got an exclusive interview with the CEO and founder of the project, who drops a bunch of alpha that we've never heard before. In this video, I go over what the project is and what it's trying to achieve. I then briefly analyze its competitors and see what the difference is and the opportunities in the market. I'll briefly go over the device itself and how you can purchase one today. And lastly, I'll finish off with an interview with the founder and CEO of the project. As you can see on the screen, I've time-stamped all of the aspects of this video so you can skip around as needs be. Right, let's jump into this value-packed video. Okay, so let's jump into the Pulse One website so we can learn more about this project. And as you can see straight from the website, this is a smart wearable device that tracks your health data. And you may be familiar with another brand that looks like this that's available on the market. Don't worry, in this video, I'm also going to analyze the competitors that Pulse has. Now, in a nutshell, Pulse is an all-in-one health and wellness platform. It combines this wearable device and an app to track things like fitness, sleep, nutrition, and gives you personalized insights and, more importantly, rewards for your healthy habits. Make no mistake about the value of data in the healthcare market. You can see that it grows exponentially year on year. And that's also the case for AI healthcare. And you can see since COVID actually, and especially since the launch of ChatGPT, how the number of papers published in PubMed, that's a medical journal, have increased. And this connects with crypto because it's to do with the rise of a new sector, and that's decentralized science, or DeSci for short. And of course, Pulse is actually trying to be active in that field. So it's no secret or surprise that your health data is being sold onto companies. And have a look here to see what the source of that data is. In fact, here in the UK, over 50% of that comes from healthcare facilities like hospitals and your local doctors. And then you've got private insurance companies generating around 30%, government entities 30%, and here you see only 17% is coming from mobile apps or medical tech devices, which shows that there's still a huge market that is waiting in this area, and that is what Pulse is trying to target. And as I mentioned, through the app, Pulse is able to track your sleep, nutrition, longevity, and energy, which essentially should help you have a better quality of life. And that health data, as we mentioned, which is already being sold off by your smartwatch or even your smartphone, if it's tracking your steps, if it has any information about your weight, your age, or any other nutrition, that is being sold. Now, the difference is you don't get a penny of that, and you don't get to control what is being sold and not. Whereas with Pulse, you have the ability to get rewards for your data. Now, the team is pretty active online. You can see the CEO, who we'll be talking to later on in the video, has done a bunch of interviews on the channel as well and a bunch of podcasts. He's really out there and he's been in the tech market for a number of years. That's what's really exciting about this project for me as well. The team has worked in companies like Adidas, or Adidas for you Americans, Red Bull and Peloton, and they've got over 500,000 users on a previous fitness app. So they're not beginners to this fitness space. And the other thing to note about Pulse is that they've had some incredible funding. In fact, they got over $1.8 million recently in one of their pre-seed investment rounds, and that includes a bunch of these different collaboration partners, but also some angel investors. And those investors are not small. It includes SRS Capital, the founder of Backpack, which is one of the largest Solana crypto wallets. And they've also got the founder of Solana as an investor into this project. So you can imagine that this is also going to get a lot of market market share. And the value cycle for this project is pretty simple. You have your health data that's stored safely, and then you have decentralized apps and data consumers. They can access that data anonymously, and they can build some of their health apps on the back of it. That should result in improved outcomes for you as a user, and also for the services that are being built using that data, and you receive the reward. This is the big difference between what Pulse is doing and what other devices are doing on the market. And that's kind of Pulse in a nutshell. Before I go into the different devices themselves, I want to have a look at one of Pulse's main competitors in the market, because that should allow us to see what the potential is. Now, you might be familiar with this brand. It's called Whoop, and it's been endorsed by some of the largest sports stars on the planet. Cristiano Ronaldo here, who has just done a limited edition drop as part of the Christmas sale. And you can see that the devices themselves actually look quite similar to the Pulse device, and it tracks the similar amount of data. It's got your oxygen level, your stress level, your heart rate monitoring, and it even tracks your sleep performance through an app as well. But of course, there are some major differences between this device and the Pulse device. One of the first things is the cost. It's around £207 a year for the annual membership, and for those Americans across the pond, that's nearly $240 that you have to pay on a yearly basis. Or you can pay $30 for the device, and then it's $30 a month to use the service. So already you'll be paying more for the first year, and you'll be paying that amount year on year. There's no guarantee as to whether they'll increase that price or not. Whereas the Pulse device, it's a one-off fee for the device that you're getting. Now, the second difference that I found is that whilst Whoop is going to be utilizing your data, you're not going to get anything for it. In fact, I had a quick read of the privacy policy on the Whoop website, and it mentions here that they collect sleep data, heart data, skin temperature data, blood oxygen data, and other data to do with your activity that you're engaged in, and that data is then aggregated and utilized, and no doubt you are not going to benefit from that data. And in fact, the CEO of Whoop actually got into a bit of bother because he put a status online about saying we don't record you, we don't photograph you, but somebody took a line from the privacy policy where it basically says we sell your personal data to advertisers. And this, in fact, this is normal in Web 2. The difference here in Web 3 is that you are going to control your data and you can make the most of it. And as I mentioned, Whoop is not a small company. Its revenue is between $100 million to $1 billion. So this just shows you what the market potential is for projects like Pulse. And the difference is this is the world's first Web 3 wearable band. So looking at competitors, we can see that there is a gap in the market, and hopefully Pulse One can even take a small percentage share of its competitors in the market like Whoop. I'm going to pause the video here and ask you, please, if you can click like on the video and if you can subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel here. It's an exchange of value. If you appreciate the content that I'm bringing you, then you can exchange that by liking and subscribing to the video. If you don't like the content I'm giving you, just leave a comment in the description. I respond to comments. I always try and adapt the channel as best as I can. Right, let's get back into the video. Right, let's move on to the third part of the video, showing you the different devices and how you can purchase them. So at the moment, they're on wave 6. The price increases as the waves increase. There's only 117 left in this wave at the moment. And they've got the Genesis edition and the Founder edition. The main difference here is aesthetics. The Founder edition is a little bit more fancy and sleek. It's got the metal strap as well alongside it. And we'll get to ask the CEO a bit later if there's a difference in earnings from these devices, so you can wait to hear from that. Choose which device or devices you want. Of course, you can buy them as gifts for members in your family if you wish to, and then click checkout. If you use the link that's already in the description, it should apply my discount code automatically. If it doesn't apply my discount code, it's PCM. Just enter it here in this box and you'll get a massive $30 off from the purchase. So it's roughly around 10% of a discount that you're going to get. Fill out your personal details, and here you can either choose to pay with credit card or you can pay with crypto. Now, I usually pay with credit card simply because you get the benefit of the credit card protection should anything go wrong. I don't expect it to, but this is crypto, you never know. But if you've got a bit of crypto that you want to pay, you can click on that. Now, shipping is going to take place in Q1 of 2025. Now, hopefully that gave you a bit of an insight to the Pulse device and the project. Let's jump into the interview with the CEO so we can learn a little bit more about this project. Okay, so hi there, Nix. Really want to thank you for giving us your time in this interview. I know it's 4 a.m. where you are right now, but that really shows your dedication to the project that you're working on. Why don't you tell us about your role over at Pulse, and then we'll get into the questions.
Yeah, sure. I mean, great to be here. You know, I really appreciate you having me on Passive. I've heard a lot about the channel. I've obviously been, a fan of the channel for a while myself. So, mad respect to you and the rest of the passive crypto mining community. I'm Nix, the co-founder and CEO of Pulse. On the team, I do everything from partnerships, growth, BD, branding, a bit of marketing, etc. as well. I also help with tokenomics design, and I've been building in the data AI space for about 12 years now.
Okay, would you be able to break down what Pulse is in a nutshell?
So what we're building at Pulse is the Open Health Network. It's a two-sided ecosystem. First, you have data generators. These are users that own the Pulse wearable and are essentially mining Pulse, the native token. And then on the other side, we have is data buyers. These are third-party companies, whether it be research institutions, healthcare companies, governments, pharma, AI companies, etc., who are interested in anonymously acquiring that data. I've been building in data and AI for 12 years now, and I've seen these type of kind of double-sided marketplaces take off before, and I saw no one was doing it in health. So I thought, okay, screw it. I know health data brokerage is a big market. These brokerage companies make billions of dollars a year selling our health data. The insurance companies use it to plan premiums. Healthcare companies use it to figure out what services to provide. They can't do any of that without our data, and we're not paying us for our data. So that's the inspiration and mission behind Pulse, which is essentially to flip the script and put the power back in the hands of the user, us.
I love that message. A lot of the projects that we cover on the channel are really about trying to share value, the value exchange. You're giving value anyway, you're giving data anyway. I know that Pulse is selling this wearable band. In the video, we kind of talk about it in detail, but what sets Pulse apart from the other projects in the health space?
Right now, we're discussing Pulse's USP from a health market perspective. Yeah, there's a different USP when it comes to DePin project wearable, DePin wearable kind of perspective. So from a health market perspective, right, that we're really aiming at the normie market. They're more focused on their health as opposed to monetizing their health. The monetization part is like a secondary kind of aim for them. Our main value proposition is that Pulse is a lifestyle wearable, focuses on helping you unlock an extra hour of productivity. And how we do that is by analyzing your energy levels, your sleep, your calories burned, exercise, and essentially creating like almost like a timeline and a recommendation kind of engine. All of that data is data that's being created, using wearable devices. And using that data, we can actually help you understand and improve your energy levels. From a DePin perspective, how Pulse is different. First, obviously, it's a health tracker. So it's not, we're not focusing on building essentially nodes for, doing AI compute, GPU compute, etc. Our focus is entirely around having this physical network of wearable bands that essentially help you get healthy, but also allow us to kind of collect data and contribute that data to the Pulse network. Something new, something unique, and something in the market I haven't seen before.
It's really exciting to know that there's a huge market for this data. And of course, the unique thing about this project is that you're giving people the opportunity to benefit from it. So for people that purchase the Pulse, or if they're on the fence about purchasing the Pulse, what can we expect in terms of incentivizing? So talk a little bit about that, maybe the airdrops and even the token that might be coming up.
How I see DePin networks in particular are, networks that allow you to bootstrap supply and demand. In our case, we're focusing on the supply, which is the data itself, by essentially, rewarding users by allowing them to like mine the Pulse token by wearing the wearable. So, we're not like, moved to earn in a weird way. Like I want everyone to be healthy, but it doesn't matter if you're not going to the gym or not. You're going to earn the same amount of rewards as someone that is going to the gym. All we care about is you're wearing the device as much as possible. That there is what allows us to ensure that this data network that we're building increases in value because we have, an ever-growing supply of data. Then there's a secondary part as well, which is the actual data sales. So these are two different things. So you contributing data and mining Pulse is one way to earn. The second way is essentially when a data sale does happen, when a third party wants to acquire data, they essentially make bids to acquire it. So they'll say, look, I want to buy, 10,000 users worth of data in the, North America, UK, Canada area. And then essentially what would happen is all our Pulse users will get a notification in the form. They'll see what the offer is and they can say yes or no. Where enough people say yes, then essentially, the bid goes through. Those people that said yes get the rewards. If those people that said no, they don't. If there's too many no's, not enough yeses, then essentially the buyer has to, make a new bid. The price isn't good enough. You got to pay more money to the users. Then there's a third way to generate revenue, which is essentially through what we call like this proof of pulse mechanism. That's where we can verify that one pulse equals one wallet. And what that essentially means is we can guarantee that your wallet is a real person and a human. So when a new project is looking to distribute a token, like airdrop a token, etc., to like third parties, what we can essentially do is give that project confidence that these 10, 20, 30, 40,000 Pulse users are real humans, not bots. So they have a higher chance of qualifying for that airdrop because they're not going to get purged for being a similar / botter basically. So they're like the three really exciting ways that users can essentially earn using the Pulse token.
I mean, that's awesome earning just by wearing the device. The second one is the ability for people to accept. And that third one is proof of being a person, essentially, is really important in the space, especially with the rise of AI.
Oh, 100%, man. Like, AI agents is going to make it really hard to, reward, new communities, etc. Just because of like how genuine that these wallets can look nowadays, because of AI.
What can we expect if we invest in the Pulse device? What can we expect in the future with regards to the roadmap? What's expected for the token listing, etc., or any of the new devices?
For users that are acquiring a Pulse, first, actually, what's really exciting is it's an app that you can use. It's a physical device that you can use. It's not you just wear it and then that's it. But actually, for anyone that is on a health journey, that's trying to get healthier, they can use this device to improve their day-to-day. So there are kind of like exciting opportunities, etc. We just announced like this huge collaboration with Pump.Science. So, if you go on our Twitter, you'll be able to see it. Pump.Science is one of the most exciting DeFi teams building in the space. We're doing a collaboration with them. You can read more about it on our Twitter space, but basically we're going to run the world's first decentralized human trial for new supplements using the Pulse wearable. And, basically Pulse owners can participate in that study, and also, the Pump Science kind of, community can participate in that study, and both of them can earn rewards for taking part.
Okay, so what's the difference between the Pulse device and something like a smartwatch, like an Apple Watch or something like that?
And we discussed this a lot when we were designing the Pulse. So the Pulse does not have a screen. For me, what I noticed was I don't need another screen in my life. I've got too many screens already. When I'm out and about, etc., or I'm at the gym, all I want to do is just focus on my goal at hand. So the reason we didn't put a screen on was just to kind of give people a bit more peace of mind more than anything else. And we don't want to be a watch replacement. So we're not on a watch. Like, every now and again, I like to wear a nice watch out for dinner. So we decided to build a device that, had a really nice faceplate, etc., deliberately. So that way you can still wear your fancy dress watch when you're outside and still have the Pulse on and still look good.
Okay, so final question. Is there a difference in earning between the two devices that you've got on your page at the moment?
Oh, that's, you've caught me on this one, Passive. So there is, when you buy the device, you get, I believe, 500 point HP for buying the Genesis, but you get 1,000 HP for buying the Founder Edition. So there is a purchase difference, but there's not an earning difference when you're mining Pulse. All of that is equal. It's all the same. So, we haven't done this kind of tiered system that other projects do where, there's like tier 1, tier 4, tier 5, etc. Like the main difference between the Genesis and the Founder Edition is the Founder Edition also has a metal strap, whereas the Genesis Edition just has a fabric strap. So the Founder comes with both the fabric and the metal.
And how do these HP points work? Is it like a airdrop campaign? What are the HP points?
HP is essentially our internal kind of points program. Now, what you're able to do with that is earn it through engaging with the Pulse kind of network. So how you do that is by buying a Pulse, referring friends, connecting to Twitter, talking about Pulse on Twitter, talking about Pulse on Discord communities, etc. as well. So these are all like the nice little fun ways you can kind of earn HP. And that will eventually convert into the Pulse token at a later date.
Awesome, man. Look, Nix, really appreciate you giving the time as always, working hard early in the morning. Just want to thank you for giving us the time and look forward to following the Pulse journey.
Right, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm trying something new by bringing in CEOs and founding members of projects to really put their face behind it. Let me know if you find value in that. And if you like these types of DePin projects, why not check this one out here? Right, that's it from me. I'll catch you in the next video.